Welcome to Westcourt's Masterclass series. We're tracking and managing stock levels today, Adam, aren't we?
Yes, we are, David.
And why is that important for a small business?
So small business, generally speaking, inventory, depending on what business you're in, inventory can be your second biggest cost, generally behind labour. So that's going to lock up a lot of your cash.
Yes, cash is king at the end of the day. And so, if you're managing a cafe or you're managing a hospitality group, there can be a lot of stock, and it needs to be, you need to know what that balance is every day, don't you?
Yeah.
Because that's a cost, it's expensive, and you have
You've got other things you need to pay. It locks up your cash flow quite a bit, and basically you really need to be making sure you're only holding sort of just enough, the whole principle of just-in-time inventory. So you get the inventory when you need it, you're not holding too much, it's not sitting on your shelf waiting to expire, and also it's not taking up shelf space for more profitable and quickly turned over products, because the last thing you want to do is have half your warehouse full of something that you sell one of a month, and then you've got basically no space for something that you're selling 10 a month of.
That's correct, yes. Yeah, so you don't want to have, as we talk about just in time, you don't want to have less than you need, because if you have repeating customers that need that product and you don't have it, then they might go elsewhere. So you lose important clients. If you have too much, if too much stock, you're carrying 8 or 10 widgets when you only need 2, then as you say, then you're locking up cash, that could be used to invest in other parts of the business, new machinery, or pay for other bills, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we want to make sure that we're checking stock regularly. So having a program that integrates and gives you good dashboard reporting gives you peace of mind at the end of the day, making sure that, these are our stock levels, this is the percentage that we want to have of these at these certain items, and then that way we're not doing a stock take every 6 months of being like, we've got 50 bags of coffee out the back that we haven't used properly, because we haven't been tracking our stock.
And that just leads to you either having to throw it out, not getting any recovery on it, or selling it at heavily discounted prices, and nobody really wants that.
So that's why it's good to, when the items come in, making sure they're tracked, making sure you record them properly, then having the first items that go in are the first ones that come out, so you're not keep pushing stuff
into the back,
into the shelves, and then just pull out the ones at the front and the ones at the back go
off, and then again that's when you have your shrinkage with your waste. And again, that's another key pillar to your inventory management, is just making sure you're not chucking stuff out, because that is literally just chucking money on the floor. So you don't want to be doing that one either. Another good key point for inventory management and reporting is you can actually identify your product mix properly. You can actually see which items are profitable, and you can actually start pushing and driving sales through those channels, so then you actually make a more profitable business, because you actually know what people want.
Yes, it's kind of similar to the 80-20 rule. 80% of your profits come from 20% of your stock. So making sure that is identified at the end of the day, and that can be categorized into your inventory that's highly profitable, just profitable, not making money. So like your high cost, medium cost, low cost, making sure that you're tracking certain stock levels of certain items.
And just getting that mix right, so you do remain profitable. Because there are,
instead of having expensive, small, medium, all in together. Just making sure that they're siloed out.
Because occasionally you will need something you're going to make a loss on, because they buy that item that you might make a loss on, but then they'll go and buy, say, 5 other items in the highly profitable category. So sometimes it is just to get people through the door, and that's okay. Obviously you don't want to just be selling those items though.
Yeah, definitely. And we find a lot of clients don't take the time to invest in this area, and this is a huge area that can make a good 5 to 10% difference to the bottom line at the end of the day, keeping on top of that. So I know it can be difficult, I know it's time consuming. No one wants to undertake regular stock takes, and everyone leads a busy life. So you finish work at 5 and then you have to do a 2-hour stock take.
Yeah.
And the kids are screaming at you. It's not fun. But that having that software, having those items, we should make that a lot quicker, a lot faster. So if you do the investment at the start to get the right mix in place, then it will be definitely reap rewards in the long term.
Yeah, definitely. And depending on what point of sale system you use, so Square has that functionality to set up. You can actually do stock takes through there if you want to. So you can just literally pull out your tablet, your iPad, whatever you're running Square through, and you can just do a stock take at the end of the night. When you get something come in, you just punch the inventory in and it'll start tracking it for you as well. So if you're already using that, you don't have to get another add-on. Xero also, if you're using Xero, they have tracked inventory. It's a bit more cumbersome in that, but the functionality is there if you don't want to go and tack on an extra add-on there as well.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.